Hey, what's up, YouTube? NYC here, coming at you with another comic book video. Shout out to my man, Spidey fan. That was a little homage I just did to the cold open he does on his videos and his hauls. Great channel. If you're not subbed up to Spidey fan, check him out, but you probably are if you're subbed to me. I am here today to do a quick catch-up haul to show you guys the trade paperbacks and like hardcover collected volumes, graphic novel type stuff that I've picked up over the past maybe 2 months ish. I think it's been about 2 months since I did a haul like this, so that is why I'm hopping on. I am feeling better, relatively speaking. Still a little under the weather, but compared to Monday when I did my contest video, um, I am 100% better than I was that day. So thank you for anybody who has reached out and wished me well to get better while I've been out sick a little bit here. JP was in here first, tailgating on a budget. I am feeling a little better, dude. Thank you. Fuchsia's in the house. What is up, Fuchsia? My direct edition squad teammate. Can't get enough is in the house. What's up? Geeks, Drinks, and Comics. Yo, what's up, bro? I think he's traveling to a con at the moment. He's going to be hanging out with George D. Runk. So have a great time, guys. Looking forward to seeing what Bagley does on some of your stuff, which I think you had plans for. Who else is in here? Sam I Am Comics. What is up, bro? Sam, always good to see you, man. So we got a couple people in here. I will say what's up to some more people if they join, but I don't want to belabor this too long. Hoping to make this a pretty quick video. Not a ton of stuff to show. So the first couple books here. Hey, what's up, Glitter and Duct Tape? Thanks for stopping in. Fuchsia's enjoying your day off. Oh, day off is always good. So these first three books I'm going to show came from that weekend that, all these stores were, I guess, getting behind Halloween Comic Fest or something. I think it might have been like 2 weeks ago, where all sorts of the stores had, sales and free comic books to give away and whatnot. I didn't really grab any free comic books that weekend, because I wasn't really interested, honestly. Hey, what's up, Mr. Garrell? Good to see you, brother. What was I going to say? I went to a local shop called Galaxy Comics. They had just recently moved, like literally a few buildings down from their original location. So they moved to this bigger location, a lot more space in there, way more toys and stuff than I remember that they had previously, but they were having a graphic novel sale. They were having like 20% off a lot of different graphic novels, but also they had a whole section where you could get trade paperbacks for like $5. So I kind of went through the $5 area mainly, and I grabbed a few books. So it was Halloween Comic Fest, so I was looking for some sort of scarier thing to get inspired around reading. So I picked this up. This is American Monsters. This is from Aftershock. American Monster, Volume 1. So this collects the first 5 issues of American Monster. So this is written by Brian Azzarello, and it's illustrated by Juan Doe. So I wasn't very familiar with it, but the reviews on the back of the trade, of course, they're gonna only select good reviews to put on the back of the trade, plus the names attached, especially Brian Azzarello, and the whole monster vibe. It's supposed to be like an adult comic on Aftershock for mature readers, but I'm not sure, entirely what the content is. But and I didn't get around to reading it actually on Halloween or Halloween weekend, but I do want to give this a read. So there you go, American Monster #1 from Brian Azzarello. So not bad for $5. Yo, what is up, Biggie? Good to see you, man. So that's the first book, $5, American Monster Volume 1, collecting the first 5 issues. This was also $5. So this is the Omnibus. So it's kind of a collection of books from Michael Avon Oeming. So that's why it's called Omnibus. And it's so he's one of the co-creators of this book called Powers, which is a pretty cool book. And this basically is a collection of sort of like indie, rare, out of print image stuff that that he's been involved with. And there was a quote from Bendis on this book, and this is a thick book. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Like a lot of black and white stuff, a lot of powers related indie stuff. But Bendis had a quote on here saying what you are holding in your hands is the work of a handful of top flight up and coming creators. Buying and reading this book will guarantee you the "oh sure, I've been reading them for years" bragging rights. So this came out. I don't know when this collection came out. Let's see, 2015. So this collection came out in 2015. So yeah, that's another $5 pickup from Halloween Comic Fest. Geeks and Drinks is waiting at his gate, so he's about to fly. Yeah, all right, dude. Have a good time, man. Safe travels. Have a good time with D-Runk. Good to see you guys linking up. And then the final pickup from Halloween Comic Fest from Galaxy was a book I already have in single issues, but I wanted to have a easily readable trade paperback version, and it was cheap, so that I could read it whenever I want and not have to go Marvel Unlimited or whatever. So I picked up the Secret War trade paperback. This is, of course, written by Brian Michael Bendis, who I just mentioned, and covers and interior illustrated by the man Gabriel Del Otto. So hell yeah! So this collects Secret War 1 through 5, all done by Bendis and Del Otto, and then it also collected a Secret War one-shot from the files of Nick Fury. So pretty nice way to collect this incredibly drawn, especially series from Del Otto, and well-written series from Bendis. I thought. I mean, but like some of the Del Otto work on the interior, like that, he's just yeah. So I love having this collected in a trade. So who else is in? Oh yeah, thank you, Fuchsia. Nice hologram back there. What hologram? Oh, the X-Men. Yeah. So yeah, right there. Yeah. That was from Biggie Shack's A-OK, so I just put it up there, showcased it a little bit. RB3's in the house. Good to see you, RB3. He says, have you seen the new Witchblade Omni coming out in January? Looks nice. No, but that sounds cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, dude, Del Otto art is just, he's one of my favorites. So, and he doesn't do much interior work, so I do have the single issues also, but I don't want to take those out of the bag and board just every time I want to look at the story. So, and just see the master at work. So those were the three trades I picked up for the Halloween Comic Fest sale. Everything else I'm going to show you is from in stock trades. Your standard 45, 50% off cover price. Sometimes even more when they have those special like weekend code word sales, which some of this stuff I got. For that discount. Some of this I got for the regular like 45% off discount. But either way, it's probably my go-to method of ordering trade paperbacks and Omnibus and stuff like that. So these first two pickups are Marvel Epic collections for Fantastic Four. So all of the early Fantastic Four issues I've read via Marvel Unlimited. Almost the whole. I think I had the whole first 100 issues I read on Marvel Unlimited, so this is a way I can actually go back and read the early Stan and Jack stuff for FF, easily in these Epic collections. And what I love about these Epic collections is that they're trade paperbacks, so they're easy to hold and read, especially in bed and stuff. Unlike Omnibus, but they can fit almost an omnibus worth of material sometimes, or at least half an omnibus worth of material. So this volume 1, Fantastic Four, the world's greatest comic magazine, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby. This collects the first 18 issues of Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four 1 through 18. And then the second volume of the Epic collection, Fantastic Four, the Master Plan of Dr. Doom, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, collects the next set of issues. It collects issues 19 through 32, and it collects FF annual 1 and 2. So yeah, so that's an awesome amount. 32 issues of Fantastic Four plus the first 2 annuals in these 2 epic collections. So awesome addition to the library over there on the shelf. So yeah, glitter and duct tape, right? Seriously sweet amount of comics in a little package. Yep, definitely a ton of Kirby and Stan Lee, of course. So I went a little bit further down the Fantastic Four rabbit hole when I was placing this order, and I also picked up the first 2 volumes of the Jonathan Hickman run of Fantastic Four, of which I have not finished reading. I've read about half of it digitally, so I was like, you know what? I like this too much. I'm going to just get trades and just continue it from trades format versus digital. So I picked this up, this Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman, volume number 1. So this collects his 5-issue miniseries, Dark Reign, Fantastic Four, 1 through 5, and then the beginning of his run on the main title, Fantastic Four, 570 to 578, and material from Dark Reign, The Cabal, which I think is a one-shot. So that's a pretty nice collection there of the beginning of the Hickman run, and then here's the volume 2. I believe there's a 3rd volume, but I wanted to just grab the first 2, and I could track down volume 3 and 4 later if I need to, but or just finish that end of it digitally. But this one collects Fantastic Four 579 through 588 and FF 1 through 5, all written by Hickman. So there you go. First 2 volumes of the Jonathan Hickman run, Fantastic Four. These are not, I guess, not considered epic collections, but they're just regular Marvel trade paperbacks, I guess. I don't see any other kind of branding on them from Marvel, as if they were, part of some line that they have. But yeah, JP is telling RB3 to check out his contest video. He did get a big shout out there. So, yo, what's up, Squatchy Inc? RB3 trades and hardbacks are so much nicer. Plus, at least you can sell them if you ever retire them. Digital is going to probably the way it will be, but there's nothing like nothing like a bookshelf of books. I couldn't agree more. All right, so the next pickup I had is another book that I've basically read through single issues, but want a way to actually read it whenever I want to, and that's one of the best Spider-Man stories of all time. So this is an epic collection. So it goes kind of deeper than just the issues of the actual main storyline but this is Craven's Last Hunt. It collects Amazing Spider-Man 289 through 294, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 20 and 21, Spider-Man versus Wolverine, Web of Spider-Man 29 through 32, and Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 131 and 132. So pretty awesome collection going through the entire Craven's Last Hunt storyline here. So this is something that I'm actually looking forward to rereading and doing so from the convenience of my couch or my bed. So there you go. Epic collection from Marvel, Craven's Last Hunt. So then the next few books that I picked up were essentially Batman-related books that are on my homework list or reading list because of conversation that I had between JP and I about Gotham City Chronicles. I hopped on one of his live shows, Sunday shows, a few weeks ago, and we had a kind of like a brainstorm chat in front of a live YouTube audience, kind of throwing suggestions at us. And then we sort of kind of nailed down a few different books that we would order and then plan on doing at some point on the show and bringing on guests and whatnot. So yeah. Thanks, Big. I guess he meant Craven. Yeah, he meant Craven. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. But So next couple books are all Batman related, basically because JP and I were like, planning for the future of the Gotham City Chronicles show, so that we could cover more Batman. So first up, I picked up Batman Under the Red Hood. So this, I have not actually read this storyline before. It seems like it's a pretty damn thick trade. It collects a lot of issues. It collects, let's see here, Batman 635 through 641, and then Batman 645 through 650, plus Batman Annual number 25. So I am looking forward to reading this one. Hear a lot of good things about this. It looks like it's not a very wordy read. I see some Mr. Freeze in here. It looks like this is going to be a quick, long read. I guess it's a lot of issues, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that hard to get through. And there's some awesome jock covers in here also. So. Yeah, it's definitely a monster. But it's one of them that I'm like, leaning towards reading sooner than later, just based on a quick flip through of it. And here's another one that I haven't read yet. So this is Batman Gotham by Gaslight, Brian Augustine and Mike Mignola. So that collects that storyline. I'm not sure what the specific issues were. Maybe if you guys know, let me know. But this is the eighth printing of Batman Gotham by Gaslight. So another one that we were strongly encouraged to cover on the show. Here's kind of more of a left field choice: Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first volume. So this is James Tynion, the fourth. On writing, and Freddie Williams the second, I guess, on the art, and Jeremy Colwell the first, I'm assuming. I'm not sure if he's the inker or he's the colorist. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm still recovering here. Man. But yeah, Batman TMNT, volume number 1. Definitely something we want to cover on the show, so pick that up. There's just some super cool stuff in this book. If you're a fan of either Batman or TMNT, it's just cool, man. So a very, very cool kind of like separate Elseworlds IDW and DC collaboration. And then what is glitter and duct tape? I'm not sure what that is. Is that like a soup or a food thing? So here's another good one that I forget who suggested this one, but Batman Earth 1. This is Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. JP's like, I already read the Turtles one this week. I was super curious when it came. Nice. I've read it already, but I might read Gotham by Gaslight first because it looks like it's the shortest one, and then I might read this one because it's kind of just like it's just a fun read to me. But the Batman Under the Red Hood looks like the one that like I know really not much about that I am looking forward to reading. It was soup. Okay. So here we go. Here's Earth 1, Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. Another one that I actually haven't read, and it actually looks pretty low effort to get through. I do like some Jeff Johns stuff, but I'm not the biggest fan. So I suggested it. No, I did not. I didn't suggest Earth 1. I suggested the next book, which we haven't decided to do yet, Batman Year 100 from Paul Pope, whom I adore Paul Pope's art. This is a hardcover. I swear I suggested this one, not Earth 1. So, but maybe I suggested both. But really cool dust jacket on this. And if I take the dust jacket out, check this out. So it's got the artwork. Actually, I love when the artwork is actually on the hardcover. And then this is super cool, right? You got the Batman Year 100. This is Paul Pope pencils on the inside the inside of the hardcover, of the front cover, and then on the inside of the back cover is the same pencils but with inks. So I love Paul Pope's art. I wouldn't say that it's for everyone. I think it's an acquired taste, but this is but he's a visionary artist, and this is a visionary take on Batman in the future. Not the crazy distant future. It's 100 years after his introduction in 1938, 1939. So it's only conceivably 20 years from now, because Batman, the 80th anniversary of Batman just came. So okay, maybe it was both. Or yeah, maybe we're both misremembering. Biggie says, I think about getting Ollie's books. I always look for the biggest. Getting Ollie's, but I'm not sure what Ollie's is. Anyway, if you haven't checked out Year 100, I think it's a pretty cool book. It's very original. The art may not be for everyone, I guess, but I dig it. So yeah, I do think we should do this book at some point. I just dig it. So that's the first hardcover in this haul. I'm going to put the dust jacket back in there. And then the second and last hardcover in this haul, which is the final book of the haul, is the DC Bronze Age Swamp Thing Omnibus. This has been on my, sort of wish list or hit list or whatever you want to call it for a minute now. I know that DC recently put out either an omnibus or an absolute edition for the Alan Moore Swamp Thing, which I also want to get, but wanted to tackle the original Len Wein, Bernie Wrightson stuff, and the stuff that followed it in the Bronze Age before the Alan Moore run. I wanted to get that in omnibus first. If I take the dust jackets off, not much that exciting. Kind of just, that matted finish, black finish. I did stretch the spine and whatnot and sort of flip through this. It starts with House of Secrets 92, and which of course is the first appearance of Swamp Thing, and it collects Swamp Thing number 1 through 24, Saga of the Swamp Thing number 1 through 19, and the Saga of the Swamp Thing annual number 1. So you got House of Secrets 92, the 24 issues of the main Swamp Thing title, the 19 issues of the Saga of the Swamp Thing title, and the Saga of the Swamp Thing annual number 1. So that's a lot of books. It's 950 pages or something like that. So this is a big boy, and it's a great addition to the library over there. And the Alan Moore Absolute or Omnibus, Alan Moore Swamp Thing Absolute or Omnibus is going to be probably in my next in-stock trades order whenever that ends up happening. So that is the haul. I'll do a quick recap here for anybody who joined late. I think we got a couple more people in here. Sean Richards, I think, is in here. What's up, buddy? How you doing? There he is. So from Halloween Comic Fest, these were the 3 pickups. American Monster Volume 1, Brian Azzarello and Juan Doe. Michael Avon Oeming's Omnibus from Image. And Secret War, Brian Michael Bendis and Gabriel Del Otto. Goodness. So that was all from the Halloween Comic Fest sale over at from a graphic novel sale over at the Galaxy Comics in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. So, and then I also picked up separately from In-Stock Trades, Amazing Spider-Man, Craven's Last Hunt Epic Collection, Fantastic Four Epic Collection Volume 1, collecting the first 18 issues of Fantastic Four, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, then Volume 2, collecting issues 19 through 32, and Fantastic Four Annuals 1 and 2. Then some more Fantastic Four, Volume 1 of the Jonathan Hickman run, and Volume 2 of the Jonathan Hickman run. Or did I have that backwards? I don't know. No, that one's Volume 1. This one's Volume 2. And then the Batman books, Earth 1 from Jeff Johns, Batman TMNT, James Tynion IV, Gotham by Gaslight, Brian Augustine and Mike Mignola, Under the Red Hood, Judd Winnick, Doug Mankey, Batman Year 100, Paul Pope, hardcover, and finally the big omnibus, the Bronze Age Swamp Thing omnibus from DC, featuring House Secrets 92, Swamp Thing 1 through 24, Saga the Swamp Thing 1 through 19, and Saga the Swamp Thing Annual number 1. Lots of Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson in there. So that is the haul, guys. Probably going to cut it short there. See what you guys have to say in the chat, and then call it a night. Let's see. Glitter and Duct Tape, thank you. Appreciate that. That is good to hear. That's one of the ones I actually haven't read before. I've read Batman TMNT and Year 100. I've not read Gotham by Gaslight, and I've not read Under the Red Hood. So, RB3 says you sound better than last week. I hope so. You got to get to work. Well, I'm lucky to be able to work from home when I'm sick, but I don't know. Sometimes that kind of pushes my progress back, I guess, because I'm not 100% focused on getting better versus keeping tabs on work and stuff. But I mean, I was on Monday night, Ray, so I don't know what you mean by last week. But I went on super sick on Monday night, which was probably not a good idea, but I wanted to just end that contest. Yeah, dude, I love that Swamp Thing Omni. Sharon, what's up? How you doing? Glitter and Duct Tape. Yeah, so yeah, I've been coughing throughout a little bit and sort of struggling a little bit, but Dave Enrique is asking me, do you pursue first prints on your trade paperbacks and omnis? No, I do not. The only one where I do have a first print on my omnibus is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1. So that's like a big whale of a first print in the omnibus world. It was an even bigger whale before Marvel reprinted ASM Volume 1 earlier this year, I believe. So it's probably less of a whale now, but because it's Amazing Spider-Man and AF-15's on the cover, AF-15 is included, and then the first like almost 30 issues of Amazing Spider-Man are included. That is the biggest omnibus I own. It's almost like twice as thick as this. Maybe not twice, but it's almost like a third thicker than every other omnibus that I have. It's like super wide. I'm supposed to be working at home. But yeah, I mean, outside of that one, where that wasn't even intentional, I was just looking for the ASM Volume 1 Omnibus like 2 years ago or something. Maybe more than 2 years ago. I don't quite remember. But it just happened to be a first print because I think there was only one print at the time. So, but other than that, I'm not really like a first print type of like obsessed kind of person when it comes to collected editions, because it's really, for me, it's just for reading purposes, just to continue enjoying the story. I don't really consider myself a collector, quote unquote, when it comes to like trade paperbacks and omnibus, because it serves a different purpose. It's like my library versus my collection. At least that's the way I look at it. So did I miss anybody in here who joined? I probably did, but anyway, thanks for hopping on with me, guys, for this quick haul. I will try to be back. Hey, Kev, what's up, dude? I'm just wrapping up. He's got a knack for coming in right when I'm wrapping up. Anyway, I showed the haul and I did a recap already, bro. So if you want to catch it, check the rewind. I'm going to wrap things up here. And I wanted to mention, what did I want to mention? I wanted to mention that, oh yeah, I will be on the hunt tomorrow night defending my Hunt World Championship. So I think that's 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, over at Tony Sanders' channel. So I will be, sick or no sick, I'm going to be awake and up and, trying to defend the belt. I'm going to try to bring out the Frank White persona a little bit, but I probably won't be as Frank Whitey as my normal self. But we'll see. I'm going to have to get energized before it happens. I'm not promising any freestyles this time, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that should be fun. So hopefully I can defend the belt tomorrow night. So and then also, who knows what shenanigans will ensue. It's the hunt. You never know. So that'll be my next YouTube thing, as far as I know. I may do some other random video beforehand on my channel tomorrow. Maybe my new comic book day, because I haven't been able to get to the shop because I've been sick. So I've done a lot of my reading digitally this week, so I wasn't going to feel out of the loop. But I got to go pick up my books. So I might do my new comic book day haul video tomorrow during the daytime. Biggie's always in my corner when it comes to these shows, so I appreciate that, brother. Mark Knapp 68, what's up, bro? Spidey fan, what is up, bro? If you go back and watch the beginning of this video, I actually paid a little homage to you, bro. I opened I introduced myself for this video, how you introduce yourself on your videos with your cold open. What's up, NYC here? Or he's like, what's up, YouTube? NYC here, coming at you with another comic book video. So I just, I'm going to pay tribute to a few YouTubers, because I don't have my own intro that I do every single time. I know JP's got the, hey, everyone. And then, Reggie's got his thing. So all these people have their different things that they either introduce their videos with or end their videos with. So I'm going to start paying homage a little bit to some of these phrases that I hear all the time watching these videos on YouTube. But yeah, no worries, brother. It was fun. So you were the first one, but there will be more. So I'm gonna start homaging some people. But anyway, shout out to all those who have a sense of regularity with their videos and their intros and their outros. But I have no regularity like that. I just go off the cuff. So all right, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining me here. I will catch you tomorrow, and have a great Thursday night. Take care.